Hey guys, welcome back to All Night Gaming, old school with you here, and we are talking Dying Light. Now, I have a couple of communities I belong to that feature the Dying Light game, and lately there's a lot of new folks getting into this game, and they're asking for tips and advice. Some of the stuff they've been hearing and reading, I agree with, some of it I don't, so I'm going to put together probably 4 of the things that would have most helped me if I knew it early on in the game. So right now we're starting out at the stuffed turtle. This is a great way to get a bunch of the care packages together very quickly. You'll get 5 of them, and you can rattle that out in about 30 seconds once you get used to the mission. Now, there's a couple things you're going to want to know about the stuffed turtle mission. The first 3 are real easy to get around. You have to turn off the power first and make sure you don't step in the water, otherwise you get electrocuted. So if you don't have your grappling hook to zoom over there, just stay on top of the counters as you work your way across. Once you open this door, you don't want to go all the way in because, in short fashion, one of those exploders is going to come around the corner, and he'll do most of the work for you in taking out the zombies. But if you get too close, you're going to get caught, and he's going to take you out as well. So you have to pace yourself, and until you see him explode, do not go in. Okay, right now he's going to come around the corner, and there he goes. He detonates there. Now I can go in safely. You're going to want to make a quick right-hand turn, jump over. There's a live zombie on the floor. You want to take him out with a shot to the head quickly. That's your 4th package right there. There's 1 left, and that's another easy one. Now, at this point, you've got the 5 packages. You're good to go. But if you really want to get some extra opportunities here, you go across the hall. There's another door you have to pick a lock on. The problem is these virals are going to keep on coming every 15 seconds or so, which make it a little bit tougher to open the lock. Well, there's a way to buy yourself some more time with that. Where they're coming from is right around the corner here. And if you crouch down, you'll see some legs down there. And what you can do is you can start hacking those legs, and it'll drop the zombies down. And it kind of blocks that entryway, and then they don't come out as much anymore. But if you don't do that, every time you try to unlock that door, you're going to have more of this. So now I'm going to walk over to the door. I'm going to crouch down. I'm going to whack some of those ankles off. And as you can see now, we kind of start blocking the doorway. And that allows you to go inside. And now once you get inside this room, you're going to have 2 GRE crates. Whether or not you play on harder difficulty or not, whether you're playing daytime or nighttime or not, is going to determine just how good of weapons you get. Now, I always recommend closing the door behind you because you just never know what still might be lingering. And once you unlock both of these crates, you'll usually have some pretty decent weapons and some other things that you can definitely use. All right, let's move along to the next thing that I find very helpful in this, and that is move to this particular safe house. This safe house is located in one of the gas stations. First thing you want to do during the daytime is clear out all the zombies that are in this particular block of the map. Shouldn't take you very long during the daytime. What's great about this part of the map is there are 3 different ambulances very close by. You'll get a total of 5 med kits by unlocking those, and they're pretty easy lock-picking opportunities. Now, aside from the med kits, you also have some police cars nearby that you can lockpick, and they'll usually have some decent upgrades and or weapons. The police vehicle is normally where you're going to find some decent loot, especially early on. That's where you'll get some of your more powerful weapons and get rid of those wrenches and pipes. Now, what you want to do is come down here. You want to sleep to nighttime. Now, I know most people tell you, and I've seen people posting, avoid the night in the beginning. Well, I say don't do that because you're missing big opportunities. Nighttime doubles your points. Everything you do at night. Now, when you come out here, you have this bolter. He'll always spawn there. You kill him real easy with one swing of almost any weapon. And then you want to take the bolter tissue, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. Once you get that bolter tissue, run right back into the safe house, and you're going to rinse and repeat. Sleep, get the daytime back up, then go back to sleep again, and make the nighttime come back around, and then do it all over again. The reason for that is simple. When you start going to these shops during the gameplay, every once in a while you'll find that a shopkeeper is offering something that he'll buy from you at a high premium. And the highest premium you can get is bolter tissue when they're offering it, and you'll be able to sell each one for $2,400. That is the highest single thing that you will be able to sell to a merchant that's not a weapon. So this is a real easy way. You can rattle off in 30 minutes several dozen of these once you get used to it. Now, what I like to do also is stay out in this area during the night, because as long as you stay near the gas station itself, there are UV lights around which will keep the real bad enemies, like the volatiles here, at bay. You see them kind of ducking away from it. Now, I also have my UV light handy just in case. But while they're busy staring down the light, you can whack them out, and they're usually good for a few hundred points as well. This allows you to go after them a little bit and then fall back into the blue light if they start getting overwhelming. You can always go back later and loot them. Once you start taking a couple of these guys out, a lot of their friends are going to swarm around. So you always want to be somewhere nearby the blue light. All right, that brings us to my favorite part, which is now, this is where you're going to get huge amounts of loot. You're going to go up to Infamy Bridge. Now, if you don't have the grappling hook, that's okay. You don't need it. Hopefully, you do have the ability to leapfrog over the zombies unlocked, and if you don't, that's okay. You'll get that pretty quickly, too. But just stay on top of cars and buses then as much as possible. Once you get to the middle of the bridge, you're going to come to this section here where you're going to see these two police vans. These are your friends. Now, above here, if you haven't already completed the mission, there are going to be UV lights. Even if you can't see them during the daylight, they're there and they still work the same way. Again, your more powerful zombies, your volatiles, for example, are not going to be able to come out there because of the UV lights. They'll come near you, but they won't get to the police vans. Now, this particular thing I like to do right here, it works best if you have a long sword or a katana, because you'll have the reach. Just kneel down on top of the van and just start lopping heads off left and right. They're going to just stack up, and soon you'll just have a pile of loot right there waiting for you. Now, another thing that's going to happen is as that pile stacks up, the zombies come higher up, and you can just kick them and save your blades and your weapons and all that kind of stuff. Now, as long as you're using a silent weapon, like a sword or a bow, then you shouldn't draw too many of the more aggressive zombies. And the best part is, after you've cleared this area of the bridge, then you can just go by and you pick up all the loot you want. You'll also have another opportunity, and that is there are about 3 to 5 different police vehicles on this half of the map. Police vehicles, as I said earlier, yield some of the best reward, but they also have the subsonic firearm weapon ammunition. That's something you'll get later on during the game, where you've got a silenced pistol and you'll need that ammunition for the pistol, and that's the only ammunition that'll work. You can't buy it. You have to get it through the police vehicles. Once you go to the merchant to do your sales, you'll see just off the bridge alone $17,000 worth of valuables that we have to sell. So that's how you'll get a lot. The last thing I'm going to teach you is, if you go now to Old Town, you're going to find a lot of buildings that have something that looks like this on the top roof. Just have a short little rail and some stacks. Just keep doing this little pattern of running and jumping over and over again. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase your skill set for your agility. If you do it at night, it's really going to show you a big difference very quickly. Yeah, you've got to probably do this for a good hour or so, but by doing it for an hour or so, you're going to just jump off the charts and you'll fill this part of your agility chart very quickly. Hey guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I see a lot of people now getting into Dying Light for the first time. You're going to love this game. I keep going back to it over and over again. Never gets tired. Hey, if this video helped you out, do me a favor, help me out. Click the like button below. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe.